Well, hello, everybody. It's Thursday night. Welcome back to the MwM Show. And welcome. Back's itching. You know, it always happens right when you don't want. Oh, there's another itch. Now it's in my brain. I'll be itching. Thursday night, June what? 6th, 2024. Another. Whoa, wait a minute. Who's that guy? Another. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, well, I know I'm going out on the webs because that was me checking on the YouTube, and I didn't turn the volume off. But that's okay, so I know I'm going out. Where was I? Thursday, there's a MwM Show, June 6th. We're going to talk about saunas. Saunas. You know, the things that are usually made of wood. They're really hot inside. And for some reason, you take water and you dump it on hot rocks, and it makes steam. Even though I thought saunas were supposed to be dry heat. So I guess you got to have some moisture in there or your lungs dry out and you die. So, why? Well, Landon Camper, if you'll think back, Landon Camper said he was going to try to build a Finland, those people, style sauna. Said you ought to have a show on saunas. Why not? I haven't had a show on saunas yet. Now, we did talk about ice baths versus cold plunges. And maybe in that show, we discussed, you know, because a lot of people do a hot plunge, or do a cold plunge, or, you know, the ice bath, and then go get in the sauna, or vice versa. One before the other before the one. I don't know. Not everybody. People have their own way of doing things. Some do it same as one, some do it same as the other. So, are you thoroughly confused? But we have not talked about saunas specifically. We haven't talked about hot tubs either, but maybe a different show. Saunas. We'll look at what kind there are. I can't do that. I mean, different styles, yes, but I mean, heat's heat, you know. Probably other people argue with me, but I think heat's heat. And, you know, depending on if you're going to have a whole party, or if you're just going to have a duo, or just going to be a singlet, whatever it might be, that determines the size. And of course, the bigger the size, the more energy, the more heat it's going to have to generate, fill the room to get it up to that temperature. Now, I've been in saunas and been in steam rooms. I don't know which is better. Saunas are kind of cool. Saunas are kind of neat, but so are steam rooms. I guess they each have their purpose. You know, saunas are, you can see for one thing, because in the steam room, it gets steamy in there. It's just like fog. It's hot, but it's wet heat. Did that hurt more? Do better more? I don't know. So anyway, there's nobody in the chat right now. It's, you know, still early in the game. Let me put my eyeballs on here. We'll set it up and we'll look at some of these saunas in, you know, off the internet and see what we've got. All right, window capture. You know the drill. Do that. What do we do to me? Oh, Lord, where did me go? All right, let's do that. There it is. Make me smaller up in the corner so I can keep an eye on y'all. We fade out. There it is. Now we need to, let's get over here. 7 types. Let's see now if we can make this a little better for you to see. How's that? Is that better? That looks better. It takes that junk off from the side. Okay, so now as you can tell, that is a huge sauna. It's got places for everybody and then some. Now, one of the places, let's see, I think most of the times I've been to a sauna, it was at a motel or a hotel, whichever one's the what. And you just, some of them, one I went to, it was a pretty cool place, and it sounds fancy, but it wasn't. I don't know why this particular motel had it, but there was a pool inside that, of course, had a partition that you could go outside. And so there was an outside portion to the pool, inside portion of the pool, and next to the pool inside was a sauna. And it was just big enough, not like this, not like the one you see here. It was big enough for 4 or 5 people to get in there, and it was on a timer. So when I was a young kid, it reminded me of a lot where you go to the motel and there'd be a heat lamp in the ceiling of the bathroom at these hotels. And you could go in there, and I always did as a kid. Don't know why, because it was cool. Go in there, you crank the timer on, the heat lamp would come on, and you would just like cook in there. But, so sauna, turn on the timer, and you go in there. It didn't take long because it was well insulated. It was usually warm from, somebody else had been in there. And, you went in there and sit down, and then when you got really hot, you could go out and slip into the pool and cool off and go back to the sauna. And that's supposed to be the, the up and down, the yin and yang of it all. So this says several different types of saunas explained. I wish they'd just tell me how to say it. But saunas have evolved enormously since the first heated room experiences were documented centuries ago in Northern Europe, Russia, and Roman empires. Today we can choose between several different types of saunas, from traditional wood-burning saunas to modern steam rooms that we can often find in gyms and spas. So maybe they're going to lump spas. Maybe they're going to lump steam rooms in with saunas. There we go. All of these sauna types offer different experiences regarding heat, humidity, maintenance, and benefits, and some are more easily accessible than others. All right, 7 most common sauna types. First, electric sauna. Like, I don't know. I hope they're all not just about the, type of heat. I'd like to know more, like cedar wood better than oak? Does maple, burn your butt or hold the heat better? I don't know. I'd like to know some of that kind of stuff. The most common type of sauna is the electric sauna, which typically uses an electric sauna stove to heat up stones or rocks that are able to retain the heat. An electric sauna, or rather the stove, can be activated by simply pressing a button. In other words, there's no need to burn wood. Water can be splashed on the rocks to create steam or more heat. So there you have a picture of it. Just a heater with rocks on top of it. Okay. Electric saunas today can be found everywhere, such as gyms and spas, but they can also be easily installed at the home. One significant advantage of electric saunas over wood burning or smoke saunas is that it's relatively easy to control the temperature inside the sauna. All right. Wood burning sauna. A wood burning sauna or wood stove sauna works similarly to an electric sauna but has a more traditional setup. A metal stove or something, kyos in the Finnish, there's that word. Where is it? Finnish language, with sauna stones on top, is used to burn wood, to which turns the heat puts heat into the stones. The stones or rock are then able to spread heat into the sauna room, where water can be used to occasionally splash onto the rocks to create a steam effect, also referred to as loili in the Finnish language. Wood-burning saunas are less common than electric saunas for obvious reasons, but personally find the experience a bit more authentic. Now, smoke sauna, I don't think I want any part of that. Smoke sauna is the oldest and most traditional type of Finnish sauna, and today we don't see them very often anymore. They mainly exist in Northern Europe countries such as Finland, Lithuania, that place, Estonia, and Latvia, and also in Russia. Also referred to as sauna in the Finnish language, a smoke sauna is similar to a wood-burning sauna, with the key difference being that there is no chimney pipe. Man, that would suck. Wood is being burned in a stove, and the resulting smoke enters the room as there is no pipe that can let the smoke out. Once the sauna reaches the desired temperature, the fire is put out, and the room is then vented. The sauna is designed such that it is able to retain heat for quite some time after the fire is put out for sauna users to enjoy their session. Smoke saunas typically exist outside in the form of a cabin, are relatively easy design to build. The heating process, however, can often take a long time, anywhere between 6 and 8 hours being standard. So I wonder on that, do you think you go into it? I would think that you go into it after the smoke has been vented, because it says it can retain the heat for a long time. You wouldn't want to be in there choking on, that would be fun, choking on the wood smoke, you know. So I guess you would heat it up, vent it, and then go in and just smell the lingering smoke after after it was gone. Infrared saunas. A newer type of sauna is the infrared sauna, which, as the name suggests, uses infrared waves as a way to heat up the body. These waves emit infrared energy, which on a similar wavelength to the energy that the human body naturally emits, approximately 7 to 14 microns. Infrared targets the body rather than warming up the entire room. As a result, the average temperature in an infrared sauna is typically much lower than a traditional sauna with a stove. Steam sauna. A steam sauna, otherwise called a steam room, so they're going to say that, a steam bath sauna is the same thing. It's a sauna. Otherwise, a steam room is a type of sauna that heats up by creating steam and is emitted into the room at regular intervals. Steam saunas are popular in gyms, but they're also used in the Turkish hamams, for example. Steam rooms are typically heated by a steam generator, which boils water, turning it into steam, and continually releases it into the room. This creates a humidity level in a room that is much higher, up to 100%, than a traditional sauna. See, I think that would be easier. I mean, I could come up in my brain, I could come up with a way, of heating water to the boiling point and directing the steam then into the room, right? I mean, it seems like that would be simple. You could use wood, you could use electricity, you couldn't use infrared because you're heating water. But, anything you could use to make water, and then you could have it in the sauna. So you wouldn't even need a way to put it in there. You could just have like a big old pot of boiling water in there, big old kettle or something. Maybe, if you weren't using fire. Or you could use, now propane, you'd probably die of CO2. That wouldn't be good. Forget that. Skip that. But you could use it outside. You could heat it with propane. Interestingly, the temperature is typically lower in a steam sauna, but the high humidity makes it feel much warmer. As such, most people can't stay in a steam sauna as long as a traditional sauna. Steam rooms are usually much easier to clean because they are made of tiles, glass, or plastic, as these materials do not absorb moisture as much as wood does. Regular cleaning is necessary, though, because the humidity makes steam rooms more vulnerable to mold development. A steam shower sauna. As the name suggests, a steam shower sauna is essentially a combination of steam room and sauna. It's a type of sauna it's not a type of sauna as such, but it's worth including in the list as they are quite popular. A steam shower sauna is typically a unit that you can purchase and install in home. Essentially, it's a steam sauna added to a shower area suitable for those who don't want or need a bulky electric sauna in their house. I guess you just somehow inject steam into your shower. Portable home sauna. Now, I've made a fun of these before on the show. This one doesn't look so funny because the person's arms and neck and head aren't sticking out of the sauna. But you get this little critter and you pump it full of steam or heat. I think it comes with It may look a bit weird, but if you're not in a position to install a more expensive sauna in your home, or if there are no sauna facilities close to where you live, a portable steam sauna might be worth trying. Portable saunas can come in various shapes and sizes. Beyond the tent model, you can also get a portable sauna in the shape of a dome or in the form of a basket. Right, so sauna rocks, up here where you can see it. Sauna rocks and stones. Sauna spa traditional. Sauna temperature, how hot is a sauna? All right, let's see what this thing, because this is what Landon said he was thinking about building, and it's probably not going to be to this scale. I mean, I wouldn't think so, but I mean, you know, man might be energetic and just build him one like this. But he said it was a Finnish sauna experience. If there's one country where the sauna is pretty much as standard as a bed, it must be Finland. Finnish sauna has long played a crucial part in Finnish culture, with on average almost one sauna per household. Find out more about it. The history. Not much is known about the origin of the sauna, but it is commonly believed that saunas or rooms that resemble modern-day saunas have been around for thousands of years. In more recent times, from the 16th century forward, Finns, Scandinavians in general, have used saunas as bathhouses. The bathing process would typically involve gently beating one another with branches and using cold water to cleanse. That don't sound fun. That sounds like a flogging. The sauna later evolved into a place that could be used for socialized eating, discuss important life matters, and even give birth. What has made the sauna so popular in Finland is that it allows people to escape the cold weather quite easily. It also helps that Finland and other countries in Scandinavia have always had a large supply of wood. This wood is used not only to warm up saunas, but also to actually build them. All right, before we can talk about Finnish sauna rituals and customs, let's first outline the different types. The smoke sauna, we know what that is. The wood burning sauna, hey, we're up on that. And the electric sauna. All right, I don't know how to pronounce that Kiuas word. The modern day Finnish sauna very much resembles what most people think the sauna really is. Finnish sauna is typically a room or separate building with wooden walls and a wooden ceiling. A stove is used to heat up the room, powered by electricity, wood, or gas. Sauna rocks or stones cover the top of the stove to help spread the heat across the entire sauna. Water is used to help regulate humidity and temperature in the sauna. A sudden wave of steam that is generated by pouring water on the rock is a phenomenon called loili in the Finnish language. The process of pouring water on sauna rocks may sound simple, but it's actually required a bit of skill and experience. Too much water and it will cool down the stove and can potentially damage the rocks. Too little water and the room will not warm up as quickly as desired. The best way to do this is use small doses of water at regular intervals. The temperature in a Finnish sauna typically ranges from 150 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. After a sauna session, it is common to cool off and wash, often outside in a much colder temperature. Swimming is also done after a sauna session. So, what I talked about being in a motel, you know, heat up, get in the pool. Heat up, get in the pool. All right. When cooling off outside the sauna, though, it is expected to cover yourself with a towel. Also know that it is very normal to enter a Finnish sauna in your birthday suit. While using a small towel is fine, being naked in a traditional sauna in Finland is often perfectly acceptable. You'll find lots of public saunas in Finland. Gyms, hotels, and swimming pools typically have a sauna within the complex. Small at-home saunas or private sauna cottages are also very common. The sauna truly is an integral part of the Finnish lifestyle, and the average Finn simply cannot imagine a life without a sauna nearby. So it says sauna etiquette is considered very important. Well, I guess you don't, pass gas in a sauna. That would not be good. I don't think that would be good. So one of the things that I thought about when looking into this is, and I've kind of answered my own question, what is the difference between a sauna and a sweat lodge? All right. So, sweat lodges were something that I think, or have been told, that the Native Americans used to use for rituals. And I don't know, maybe in conjunction with some fasting, or maybe a little, wacky backy, or maybe some mushrooms and sweat lodge. All that stuff comes together and create maybe a transcendental experience, as you might say. I don't know. But let's look at that. Okay. Opening a new tab so we don't lose our first ones. Blocked. That ain't good. Why would you do that? Let's look at this one. Maybe it won't be blocked. Safety is paramount. Okie dokie. An introduction. Heat therapy has long been used to promote human wellness because has so many positive psychological and physical effects. Sweat lodges versus saunas are two of the more well-liked heat therapy options out there. The old tradition. The Native American and indigenous cultures all over the world, sweat lodges have a long history. These ancient buildings typically consist of a small enclosed area that is covered in blankets or hides and constructed out of a organic material like wood. There is a pit or fire pit in the middle where heated stones are positioned. Herbal infused water is poured onto the stones, causing steam to form and raise the lodge's temperature. So that was one thing that I failed to mention. I understood a sweat lodge was just that. You could dig a pit in the ground. The fire was typically inside. It had like a dome or a tent structure over it, to hold in the heat, but somehow allow the smoke to escape. So it was very intimate, because obviously the less area you have to heat, the more efficient it would be. Less wood, less smoke, less rocks, less digging to make a hole. Of course, I guess, you wouldn't be digging one here and then, 2 weeks later dig it someplace else, typically. You wouldn't hope. Sweat lodge sessions often include ritualistic and ceremonial components, making them both a spiritual and physical experience. The group forms a circle and enters the lodge one at a time. A leader or shaman oversees the ceremony, sets intentions, and fosters a sacred environment throughout the experience. Sweat lodge's extreme heat causes heavy sweating, which is thought to help the body rid itself of toxins. Numerous participants also mention stress relief and a sense of spiritual connection as traditional benefits for their minds and hearts. Sweat lodge rituals are frequently used for healing, spiritual development, and purification. All right. Saunas, the modern heated retreat. On the other hand, saunas originated in Finland and have gained popularity throughout the world. These buildings are typically constructed of wood and furnished with heating appliances like electric or wood-burning stoves. Dry heat is used in saunas, and the temperature can change depending on the user. Saunas, as opposed to sweat lodges, are now widely available in health clubs, spas, and private homes. The widespread popularity has been influenced by their simplicity of use and capacity for humidity and temperature control. Saunas are often frequently connected to socialization, stress reduction, and relaxation. Key differences. The heat source and humidity level are the two main distinctions between sweat lodges and saunas. Sweat lodges use steam to create a high humidity environment by pouring water over heated stones. Saunas, on the other hand, use dry heat, which is produced by electric heaters or wood-burning stoves. So, let's see, over here, we can go to images and look at the difference between, I would hope we could see the difference. between a sweat lodge and a sauna. Okay. Well, all right. This to me would be kind of a, sweat lodge. As far as Native Americans building a sweat lodge and using it, this is kind of what I think of. Small, it's a pit, it's pretty intimate, room enough in there for, a couple of 3 people, and wood burn, that kind of stuff. New image feedback, where it says sweat house. I can't remember, I can't read where that's at. That's not anything. All right, 6-pole lodge frame. See, there's a pit here in the middle where the fire would be. Then you'd sit around the edges for water on the rocks. Yo, that's not nice. Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's elaborate. That's elaborate. See, that looks more like a sauna there. Yep. Wood stove, the rocks on top. I wonder what that's for. I don't know. Modern day sweat lodge. Ooh, there you go. That's pretty cool. Of course, now what's weird is if you didn't pour steam on the rocks, that'd make a good heated tent, right? I mean, what's the difference between, a sweat lodge and a nice heated tent? Not a lot. Some steam and temperature. That's pretty cool. Just some old blankets. Oh, Adobe. These guys are going after it. See, I think it's just basically a big heated tent. When you pour, whoa, pour you some water over hot rocks. Now, see, this is one thing. That's an interesting one. I would be afraid. For one thing, I've always been warned, be careful about the rocks that you put around the fire. Because some rocks, river rock, other rocks that aren't like granite hard or really hard, may absorb some water. So you go putting that thing next to the fire, it's heating up the water inside. They could actually crack or pop open, or, I won't say explode, but, it might be a violent, crack of a stone. So, and then usually you're warned against putting cold water on hot things because the quick temperature change could crack or break things. So I'd be interested in, like pouring water on a rock and have it pop off, send a shard into your arm or something. That would be bad. So that kind of scares me about just going out and say, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to build me a sweat lodge in the back of my house and just dig up some rocks out of the ground and throw on there, or in there, or around there, or whatever. Oh, that's cool. See that one? It's like a mud hut. So, one of the things that popped into my mind, making a not necessarily a sweat lodge, but a sauna would be, so you put a wood burning stove in your outhouse with some rocks on top, you got you a sauna. It's not a very nice smelling sauna, but you got yourself a sauna, right? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. All right. So we saw some interesting pictures. Oh, here, that's cool. Building plans. What happened to it? What happened to the little thing that showed you how to... Where did it go, George? Where did it go? That's the one I wanted to see right there. Okay, so this one. All right, so this one is kind of shows here, I think. You build the lodge. You heat the fire stuff outside. You put the rocks, it's a fire ring. Then you take other rocks and you dump them onto the fire. See them sitting here in the fire heating up. Okay? Then once you got them heated, you take the rocks out of the fireplace, out of the fire, and you transport them into the sweat lodge. The fire doesn't actually go in the sweat lodge. That's interesting. Then you pour the water on the rocks and you have a sweat lodge. So that means it's even more important to really build an insulated sweat lodge because, rocks, yes, they're going to retain heat. Yes, they're going to give off that heat. But no, they're not going to be as hot as a fire. So the temperature inside your little sweat lodge is very dependent upon the rocks, how hot, the number of rocks, and that kind of stuff, and how big the area is to heat. So, I can see where I would do 20 rocks and it not be enough. Then you have to take the 20 rocks out and reheat them. Or while you're reheating them, then the temperature in your little lodge goes down and you're chasing your tail. You never get it hot enough. You never can, pour water on it to make it, a sweat lodge. It'd be tough. But obviously it can be done, right? Obviously it can be done. Those people have done it for years. All right, so I hope Landon shows us some pictures. Maybe he'll come on and talk to us about his Finnish hothouse, greenhouse, Finnish sauna. That's what we're going to call it, the Landon sauna, and maybe let us know how it works. Maybe even make a video. I don't know. I didn't really talk to him about it. He just messaged me and say, "Hey, you ought to have a show on saunas. Thinking about building one." I said, "Sure, why not? Let's just do that." I mean, what else are we going to talk about? Space aliens? Stargates? I was going to talk about Stargates. There might be one in Iran. Ayatollah someplace. Might be one there. Supposedly, as I was doing some research, there may be 7 different places maybe across the world that they believe they have stargates or passageways into other realms or to the Creator's home, that kind of stuff. So, anyway, there you have it. Saunas. A steam room is a type of sauna. A sweat lodge is a type of sauna. One wet heat, one dry heat, and each have their own, I guess, benefits and drawbacks. Anyway, appreciate y'all coming by. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Like my videos if you like them. Like them if you don't like them. I'd appreciate it. Give me thumbs up. Thumb up for effort. There we go. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors. Always kind of good stuff going on here. Stupid stuff going on here. I don't care. Tell them the truth. Tell them there's stupid stuff going on. They may enjoy it. I enjoy it. A few people do. So, anyway, I guess look for some more videos. I've got a unboxing video I've never done before. Ordered something, opened it, tried it, and then I've got to do a follow-up because I've used it a couple of times now. I'm going to do a little follow-up, let you know what I think about it, and then I'll put it out there and see what you think. Well, other than that, I appreciate you. Let's see, where's my stop streaming button. Till next time, see you later. Have fun. Be safe. Yes, I want to stop